Hi everyone, welcome back to another video, and the first video in 2022. So this video is slightly different. I've been asked by a fair few people, how did I install my K&N 57i induction kit on my st220. So I thought what I'd do is I'd source some parts, revert it back to stock, and then reinstall it just so I can show you guys how to do it. So a good friend of mine, Stephen, I'll put a link to the group he's in on Facebook, where you can get all your parts from for your mk3 Mondeos and stuff like that. There's numerous people out there in the car groups that are willing to help you, and for the sake of this video, Stephen actually sent me a box of parts to get this job done. So without further ado, let's flip the camera and start stripping the airbox out and putting the K&N 57 one in. Before you go and watch the video, if you're a new viewer, please consider hitting that subscribe button. It shows me you care and you like what I do. And also, if you don't want to subscribe, that's absolutely fine, but leave a like as well. That does help YouTube recognise that the videos are popular. So let's crack on and get this kit installed. So the first things you want to be doing when you're going to install an induction kit like this is I've removed the negative terminal on the battery and I've left it for 10 minutes. I'm going to remove the mass airflow sensor connector. Just push down, slide off, being careful with it. I pull this connector, this hose out, just carefully. I'll explain why. Because like when I undo this, I can slide this back and not put any strain on the knuckle here. Undo here with a 7mm spanner or socket. And what else from the top? That's about it from the moment. And what you do is, for access, I'm going to remove the headlight and the front grille so I can remove all the panel. I've jacked the car up only just enough to get underneath the corner here, and I'm going to lower the splash guard so I can get all the piping back in. So let's start off by getting the rest of this airbox out. Start off by using the 7mm. Should be enough. And then ignore the crack, okay? I'll explain why in a minute. When you lift this piece out, normally on the bottom of here, there's some bungs here. Set that aside. The bungs normally sit here and here. Big other things, you can take them out, and that's the first bit done. Next is this pipe here. This goes down into the wing, and it comes down the wing under here and back up into here. So I'm going to remove all this section and the headlight. So let's get this panel out first, the front grille. Get the headlight out, and then we'll go from there. Removing the front grille is quite easy. Click. Should be two screws, one here, but I've already removed them because I've got Allen keys. Click this one. This is the kit I'm going to be installing. I will speak about that in a second. Then this just slides off the front. Not so easy when you're using one hand. Stick that down there. This is the other pipes where the air comes in and feeds, and it comes under the headlight and around into here, and self-explanatory. To remove the headlight, like so, like that. Then it just slides out. So I'll set the camera aside and get that out. So just lift carefully, and it should just slide out. And then disconnect the wiring from the back. This will help with access to what you need. Got this grey plug here. Just pop off. And then if you've upgraded your lights like I have, and your leveling motor, Right, so there's the pipe that feeds the actual air box, and like I say, it's in the inner wing. You can just see it just here. Okay, so that's the next bit to get out. Then there's the pipe inside down the bottom there. Don't know if you can see that there, and that's what comes up and feeds this section here. The cold air gets pushed down there and around. So getting this out is a bit more tricky, because the fuse panel, you just need to slide it out of the way a little bit just so you can wiggle this part out. And there's normally a bolt just here. There's either an 8 or a 10 mil. So, but as you can see, mine's not in there. So I'm going to undo the 8 mil down here on the fuse box and slide the fuse box, so we push back and lift up and slide forwards, if this makes sense, and it gives me the room to get this pipe out. Let's do it now. Just put that to the side. So to help with this, you need a T30. Okay, undo the bolt here, then an Allen key or a screw here. And then there's 2 more. Let's try and hold the camera whilst I'm doing this. One here and one here, and it'll let you move the inner arch for the wheel and pull the rest of the splash guard down. You'll see in a minute, it'll make sense. And then one little screw just here. This holds a little guard in place. Don't take a lot to undo this one. A few turns and it comes out. So now what you can do is you can pull this side of the splash guard down. Being careful not to break anything. You don't need a lot, just enough room to get your hand up here to get the pipe. I'll show you now. Okay, it's going to be a bit awkward for me to film, but this part of the pipe's already popped out. So this pipe here is the pipe that runs up to the top. Trying to show you. See, just there. And that's what you need to pull down. So we can go ahead and remove this pipe, because this goes up to the front of the car. There's nothing holding it in. If anything else, probably just fell out. So that pipe that's come loose is this one. So let's get up. And that should just pop off, just there. And come out, and that's one pipe out. Okay, so then we need to try and get this one disconnected. Well, that one in there very tight, that's come off already. Just by wiggling it around a little bit. I'm guessing, yeah, look, these little clips like this, they probably come apart quite easily. And there is normally some rubber grommets in here that's to help hold it into place. But then you come back up the top here, and like I showed you with the fuse box, push it forwards to lift up to slide back, and that should slide out. Let me get my camera back on the stand. then what you do is from the front of the panel, you push up towards the back, towards the windscreen, lift up just enough to wiggle this pipe out. Okay, so the battery died a second there, but I've got it back on charge. All I've done, you can see how fiddly it was being, so what I've done is I've taken the top of the fuse panel off here. You can just see a couple of the relays here, so I can lift it a bit higher. That's the plan. And spin this round. And hopefully that gives me, there you go, it's out. Okay, now it's just a matter of getting the induction kit back in. So the kit, what you need to install this is, with the kit you'll get, you should get one of these adapters. That's for your mass airflow sensor, and obviously you'll get the panel filter as well. As you can see, this does actually need a clean, so I have ordered some special stuff to clean this, so that will be getting a clean, but for the purpose of the video I'm going to continue to install it. You'll need two 45-degree stainless steel pipes. I've painted this one, so you need two of them, and they're 76 diameter, and a 45 silicone one, as well as a straight piece that sits with this, and a few jubilee clips and appropriate stuff to do it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take my mass airflow sensor from the airbox and install it onto here, and then we'll slowly piece it together. Okay, so the screws that are holding the mass airflow sensor in, it's T20, so just undo them. And then slide this piece out very carefully, and that's your mass airflow sensor out. So now we're going to reinstall it onto here. And that's that reinstalled. Let's get this over to the car along with straight pipe. It slots over like so, and the Allen keys and everything up. So let's get this over to the car along with the jubilee clips and get it all installed. So we're going to install this like so. Okay, let's reach over. I find the best way to tell when these are tight enough is when you feel resistance, and you know, and then just do another turn. There we go, and that's in. Going to reconnect pipe here. Then with the straight piece, okay. Slide it over. And before you do anything else, you want to get your jubilee clips on there and get your 45 bend in just here. So let's get that part now. I'm ready to finish installing this kit now. What I've done is I've put the hose on the pipe ready to go. I've left the jubilee clip loose so I can move it around and get everything into place. Now the best way to do it is hose on the pipe first, up into the wing seat, come behind here. I'm going to try and get the best shots I can do with the camera. However, if you've got space, I'd say jack it up properly, and get the wheel off and take the inner lining out for the wheel. That'll just give you a bit more access for like behind here. So I'm limited to space, as you can see. It's garage wall, edge of the car. So I may do with what I've got. So let's get this bit up and into place. So from the bottom, straight up, this bit's flexi, silicone, and faff around till you get it in place. So let's stop jabbering and get this job done. So as I showed before, get the pipe and come underneath. So you come in the inner wing just here, you can just about see it, and get it, grab it from here. So coming up from underneath, get the silicone hose. It should push through quite easily. Crumbs. Goes the camera. I believe that's in place as best as I can get. Okay. So I'm going to get the 45-degree bend. Okay, that's one side done. There's the other side. Get your jubilee clips. Should have put this on the other way around, I guess, but it's what it is. It's in. Tying this one up. Just nip it up by hand for now. Using a 7mm. Don't undo it. Do it up. Okay, but you've got to make sure it stays on. This bit's fiddly, but it's doable. And it may seem like a lot of work and a lot of, you know, pain in the butt to do, but would you rather have your filter sat here and be sucking in hot air from the engine, which ain't going to be doing you any favours, or get it out of the way down in the wing and be pulling cold air from the front? No brainer really to me. So, right, that's nipped. Feel it pinching, so just make sure there's enough hose over the pipe. That's plenty. There is a line there that I've marked to do. So let's get down there, get the other one done. What I've got to do now is tighten that up, and that's in. And that's it in. Just do everything back up. So there it is, guys. It's all in, fiddly as hell. Now I'd recommend, if you can, take the wheel off and take all the lining out from around it, the wheel arch, and drop the splash guard all together at the front. Yeah, make life a lot easier, but I'm limited for space. As you can see, I've got the garage wall and here's the edge of the car. So, and I've done it like that just to show you how hard it can be, but take the wheel off and everything else and it's easier. So although it takes 5 more minutes to jack the car up, get the wheel off and stuff, it will make it in the long run easier to install. So as always, if you want to use some of the connections I've used, I will always leave a link in the description where you can buy the same hoses and same parts basically. So there it is, guys. It's all back together, it's all done. Like I said, if you've got space, take the wheel off, take the inner lining out. It gives you a bit more room to work. But I've done it this way just to show you it can be done with the wheel in place. It is fiddly, yes, but it can be done. Taking the wheel off and the inner lining out will make it quicker and easier. So up to you, whichever way you want to do it, it's all good. So the reason why I've done this video is because I've been asked numerous times, how did I get my induction kit down into the wing? I hope this video explains it. Now, it's a lot of work, yes, it's a lot of fiddling about, yes, agreed. However, it's better having the filter down there in the wing, because it's not getting all the heat off the engine and soaking it back up. It's just getting cold feed from down the bottom there, which is something I'm going to do later on. I'm going to make a pipe that runs to the front of the car to do that. So that's it, it's all done, all dusted. Nice little upgrade to do. Doesn't make much of a difference noise wise, not really, but all the little mods, all these little upgrades, all helps. So there it is, guys. That's the K&N filter induction kit put down into the wing and how you do it. So if you find this video of any use and help at all, leave a like, and if you're a new viewer, you know, and just checking out the channel for the first time, be sure to subscribe. So for now, that's another video done. So for now, that's another video done. Till next time, see you soon.